The Benefactor Schlagen GT is now available, but buyer beware, some cars are not for the faint of heart. You probably expect it to handle like a nice, well-behaved, race-tuned sports car, but then you touch the gas. The Schlagen announces its intention to go from zero to soil yourself, and you realize you've made a very wise investment indeed. So let's check it out for purchase here at legendarymotorsport.com. It's the first on the list, part of Arena Wars. Looking at the low, broad, surly form of this slogan for the first time, you'd be forgiven for thinking that it's just waiting for an opportunity to knock you out, steal your keys, and organize a gangbang with fisters in your high-end garage. Of course, appearances can be deceptive. Not in this case, admittedly, but it's a good rule of thumb. It's going to be $1.3 million. And the picture that Legendary Motorsports showcases has it in blue. I'm going to order it in blue. And there we go, $1.3 million. Thank you for your order. And it's given me the message your new Schlagen GT is now confirmed as having been delivered to your garage in your arena workshop. The Schlagen GT is heavily based on the Mercedes AMG GT, with side profiling, headlights, and the front bumper lip of a BMW Z4. The taillights seem to be inspired by the ones from the BMW 8 Series concept. I like the look of the engine. It's got a very unique supercar engine, and the emblem looks very unique as well. This color is flashy, and I'm going to take a picture of it, and now let's go ahead and take it into the workshop to showcase the modification options on this Benefactor Schlagen GT in the sports category. We've got armor upgrades for our 100% all the way for $50,000, brake upgrades all the way for $35,000, race brakes, front bumpers, carbon extender, primary extender, secondary extender, a race splitter, primary race splitter, secondary race splitter, competition splitter, primary competition splitter, and a secondary competition splitter. So that will be my choice for the secondary competition splitter. That will look sharp. Primary vents, carbon vents, secondary vents, carbon diffuser, primary diffuser, and a secondary diffuser. Let's just shuffle through those one more time. And I like the look of the secondary diffuser. That's going to be my final decision. And racing seats. Ooh, wow. There's and the racing seats with dials. It looks like it adds those nitro dials onto the dashboard. Primary seats with a race cage, and a racing seats with a secondary color race cage, and that will be my choice because that will look different when I choose a different color other than blue for the secondary color. EMS engine upgrade level 4 for $33,500, which will max out the acceleration on this vehicle as well. Triple rear race exhaust, so there's a 3 exhaust option there, and let's shuffle to the side to see those race side exhausts and alternate race side exhausts. So there's an air vent near the rear wheel for the alt race exhausts, and let's see the last option here. Ooh, wow, competition side exhaust. That is very cool. That's unique. I'm going to choose that for sure. I'm a fan of those unique options on these vehicles. Double alt grill. Looks like the only difference is a little bit of a wider diameter to the grill than the stock version. Classic grill with carbon icon, classic grill with primary icon, and classic grill with secondary icon. So secondary icon will be my choice because I want to make that pop with my crew color. Sports race vents, race vents, race vents carbon, rounded vent. Okay, a rounded vent carbon, and alt-rounded vent. Let's see the difference between the. So it's the alt-rounded vent is just a bit smaller, and it's a different shape. The race street vents are cool, and so is the carbon option. But I think I'm going to do the primary color street vents, just because I want to see the different livery options also available on the hood for this car. Let's see how the horn sounds. The stock horn just sounds like a run-of-the-mill sports car, so it's the average horn. Then, before I go ahead and change the color of my lights, I'm going to choose a livery so that I won't end up having to replace it with something if I change the whole color and look at this vehicle. So right off the bat, wow, that's neat. That's a very classy looking 1960s almost stripe there. We've got the Love Muscle Mosaic Splash with the Chernikov logo. And a blue version of that as well, with the Chernikov logo, and purple. So we've got a few of these different. It seems to be European, heavily influenced with the rim paint blue livery. There we go. Now that's kind of a blotter pattern with the red, white, and blue. That's neat. Or an orange. Wow. That is off the hook. Red abstract, that almost looks like the naval battle livery or one of the geometric urban warrior liveries, and blue abstract looks even better, and that's the final option. So without much second thought, that's going to be my choice right there, is the blue abstract, because I like the Benefactor logo a lot on the front of this vehicle and on the roof. It matches the terabyte, it matches my dubs to 6x6, so electric blue lights. I think it was going to be between blue, mint green, and lime green, but I'm going to do electric blue because I haven't done those yet on a vehicle, so choose electric blue. That fits with this color scheme too. My crew color undercarriage lights, front, back, and sides. That's kind of a aqua between a lime green and a light blue for my crew color that I've chosen. The primary color mirrors, stock mirrors, or carbon mirrors. Primary is definitely going to stand out the most. It's going to be my choice, and I'm going to leave the license plate numbers the same. I like that 01R license plate. It's different than the average one that you get. I think sometimes I like to keep the stock plate instead of changing it to one of the social club plates. With the crew color for the secondary, that looks interesting. It detracts from the leopard spots, though, the blotchy pattern. So I'm gonna just leave it the blue color, because that looks pretty cool the way it already is. But I'm gonna choose my secondary color as my crew color, so that emblem on the front will the secondary color changes the stitching and the roll cage as well. So that's very cool. And the floor mats in the interior. Wow, this vehicle is heavily customizable with the race seats and those dials. That's neat looking, and it has customizable trim color as well as the secondary color stitching. You guys, when you change the secondary color, it changes the stitching inside. You can also change the color of the seats and the padding with the trim. So lime green looks neat, but I'm gonna have to go with gasoline green for this car because it's a cool color. It's one of my favorite colors for GTA 5. I think it fits to the overall atmosphere of the game, is the gasoline green. I have a nostalgic connection to that color by playing this game for a long time and having a lot of colors be that color. So this is different here. That takes the livery off, so I'm going to go with the primary alt roof, primary color alt roof, rather than the carbon or the secondary color alt roof. And this vehicle sells for a cool almost $900,000 if you want to go ahead and sell it. It's a good investment for later. And it's always neat to have the latest DLC vehicles the day that they come out. So we've got secondary carbon, primary, secondary race skirts, and carbon race skirts. I'm gonna go with the secondary race skirts. That crew color really pops on this car, that aqua green. And no spoiler or stock spoiler. That's interesting. I've never seen another car with a no spoiler option, but that's because it already comes stock with a spoiler. A street spoiler, carbon street spoiler, carbon race spoiler, primary race spoiler, secondary race spoiler, carbon big wang, and primary big wang. That's and I think there's going to be a carbon big wang as number 11, and I like the Benefactor logo across the diameter of the spoiler on the primary big wang and the primary race spoiler, but the big wang and the small spoiler are my favorites, but that one is going to be my final choice there, just because it contributes to the overall impact of the visual stunningness of this vehicle with the livery. And neat, we've got some sun strips as well, globe oil, hard stand, and Benefactor. That's the icing on the cake to match this vehicle with all the Benefactor emblems and that livery that just makes it pop. It's psychedelic almost. So I upgrade the transmission, $50,000, and This is going to be a very fast vehicle in the sports category. It's going to be almost OP for the turbo tuning for 50 grand. And let's check out the wheel options. I'm not going to get too far into the wheel options because the Benny's Best Spoke wheels are not available on this car, even in the Arena Workshop. But I'm going to choose the Carbon S Racer high-end rims, as I always do for these high-end or sports cars. And I think I'm going to shuffle through the different colors here. Yeah, blue. Gotta go with blue. It's gonna be a bright blue. That's gonna be perfect. And I think a custom tire design, tire enhanced bulletproof tires, and last but not least, crew smoke. And let's check out the window options for the limo. Ooh, that's very neat the way the rear window has vents that are completely transparent with the limo tinting, so I like that. And let's go ahead and exit the workshop because I think that completes the modification showcase for this vehicle. And it's going to be very OP, as I said. It's really fast in the sports category. Thanks for watching the video, everyone, and I hope to see you in the next one.